very happy that you showed up, Donald Flump. Boy, do I have a latte deal for you.
Wow, Garistro Bistro, that's the best thing ever. I mean, I love
Hi, my name is Steve Saunders, and I own the Vorpal Gnome. You may know that. In fact, if you're watching this video, it's a good chance you do know that. Anyhow, here I am, and I'm very excited to tell you about this really neat thing coming up this upcoming weekend, May 25th and 26th. It is Victoria's Ultimate Toy Show, or Toy Fair. Toy Show? Toy Fair. Toy Show? Toy Fair. Aha! See, I interchange it all the time. I just got my notes right here because I want to make sure you get this right. So the wonderful people at Cherry Bomb Toys put on this amazing event every 6 months, roughly. And it takes place at Perks Arena in near Tillicum Mall, right here in Victoria, BC. Lovely Victoria. So it's Saturday and Sunday, this upcoming Saturday and Sunday, and of course we'll be vending there as the Vorpal Gnome, me and Jeremy, and maybe Nicole if I can drag her out, but she's giving me the whole and looking at me like I'm a jerk, and so it's a normal day here. But the cool thing about
a real job.
Oh, I see. A real job. Real job. So, anyway, as I talk myself into sleeping on the couch tonight, that would be this couch right here. It's kind of comfortable. So, Toy Fair happens Saturday, Sunday. It goes from 9 to 3 both days. There's an early bird admission for 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. And my cat is distracting me. Oh, hi, Luna. You've seen Luna before. There's actually a video for Luna. You go to Toy Fair. There's lots of vendors. There's lots of stuff going on. Cherry Bomb has a massive setup. It's amazing. And all the vendors are great. I get to see these people. Some of these people I only see twice a year, and they're amazing. We're all really helpful. It's a good bunch. And we'll be selling things. Yes, I know. And there's door prizes there. Kids under 12 get in for free, and that includes my older son because he looks 12. I'm just kidding, buddy. You don't watch these videos. So, general admissions is $5 per day. So yeah. And early bird, of course, is more expensive, so you can get in there and get all the goodies, and you must have all the things. And maybe this year I can, or this time around, I can get myself another Aliens action figure. I like that stuff. I'm going to go over some of the things that we're going to be selling there that came in. These like new shrink-wrapped items that came in. I mean, that's not including, say, some of the Dungeons & Mad Mage minis that have also come in. And make it really quick, because I could go in on all of these, and we did a previous take on this, and it took forever. So, Hollow World, really cool D&D setting, D&D Challenger. And I totally missed that entire era, but this is the Millennium Empire book. Maybe you want it, maybe you don't. I care, but not really. I just care about you. Next up we have Charlemagne's Paladins, which does not have a section on slaughtering Saxons completely. It does have adventures in Saxon lands, massacres, because Charlemagne was not a bloodthirsty maniac who imposed his ways on the people to the east of him. So, but anyway, this is a really good book. It goes over the very people that we get the term paladin from, or at least in the popular sense. It has a great map. That, of course, it's part of the green cover historical AD&D books that came out back in the late 80s, early 90s. This is 92, right? Pretty cool. Next up, Spelljammer. Monstrous Compendium to put in your binder, which I thought was stupid when it came out, but they're not. And Skull and Crossbows, which is an anthology of adventures. Spelljammer's cool. Oh, and what else do we got here? Oh, real quick. This has some of the really funniest copy I've ever read on any object from the AD&D realm. So it goes on, blah, 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 space barnacles, space hamsters, yada, yada, weird Spelljammer campaign monsters, because they really just threw anything they want into this whole thing. So in this product are some of the most fantastic species ever seen, or not seen, as the case may be, in wild space or out of it. Yes, Virginia, there really are giant space hamsters lurking in these pages, as well as a whole new races ready for the DM to launch into a Spelljammer campaign. Who's Virginia? Are they talking about the state of Virginia? Are they talking about a person named Virginia? It's a weird thing to put as copy on the back. Like seriously, what? I'm not making that stuff up. Anyway, it's weird. So we got some Maztica stuff. Mesoamerican influenced fantasy in the Forgotten Realms. I'm a big fan of Maztica. And this is the Fires of Zoth and City of Gold. Beautifully shrink wrapped. Next up, Al-Qadim. This is actually a very interesting 3-part adventure that they somehow crammed into this tiny book. It's an adventure up to 6 characters. It's pretty neat. And there's a magic carpet ride, because this is all about like the 1001 Arabian Nights in the Forgotten Realms. Excuse me. Allergy season. Now we have Dragonlance, Talidus, the Minotaurs. So you can go down and find what kind of skeletons that they have in the Minotaur closet. Oh my god, I'm funny. Not really. So I love the Minotaurs. Talidus is my favorite campaigns. It's also the follow-up to Legend of Huma, a great book, was followed up by a much better book called Kaz the Minotaur, which is probably my all-time favorite Advanced Dungeons and Dragons based novel, next to Knight of the Black Rose by James Lauder. Alright, so that's really neat. And next up, Dark Sun, the Asteclean Gambit. It's kind of like a boxy thing. Pretty neat. It can be seen as a follow-up, or a standalone adventure, or a follow-up to Freedom, Road to Uruk, and Arcane Shadows. Fun little fact, I ran Dark Sun when it came out for a place called Merlin's in Spokane, Washington. And I killed the entire group because they were Forgotten Realms characters, and it was hot. Because it's like Mad Max, desert, a lot of desert-based post-apocalypse fantasy, and a paladin in now non-magical plate armor dies when it's super hot, like 45 degrees outside, or 105 if you're don't go by the metric system, so, or whatever you call it. And now we have Ravenloft. This is a great book that you can use for in almost any kind of role-playing game. It even says for use with all campaign settings. It is by the Kargat, interesting, but it's called Ghosts, Children of the Night, or Children of the Night Ghosts. What cannot see can hurt you. Ooh, spooky. So, highly recommended. Very similar to the Van Richten guides, if not one of them. Next we got the Guide to Transylvania. Mask of the Red Death was a version of Ravenloft that takes place in the 1890s, where they actually combine Dracula and Transylvania, etc., making him basically Vlad Dracul. Super interesting, but I would... There's like Romanians and other stuff that maybe is kind of problematic in here. Speaking of which, Evil Eye has some problematic stuff because of the Vistani and how they're viewed. It's not quite World of Darkness Gypsies level of, ooh, cringy. But still, not a bad little adventure, but yeah. Then again, I haven't looked at this adventure since the mid-90s. So, I don't know. It's sealed. It's very nice. Next up, we have Birthright, which was a setting that is very similar, in my mind, to, like, say, the Song of Ice and Fire or Game of Thrones. So this is all about dynastic stuff, and having families and a domain that you run, and blah, 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 blah. In a nutshell, it's a cool setting that some people play. I've actually never played Birthright. I've read the novels. They're quite good. They're like Game of Thrones light. And by the way, the last couple seasons, well, truncated and smooshed weren't that bad. And I like the ending, so sorry. Okay, and last but not least in the stack of stuff that I'm taking there, Bleak House, The Death of Rudolf van Richten. A freaking cool box set that, one of the last things I ever remember getting from AD&D, because it was cool. I love Ravenloft, because I thought it was too cool to play AD&D from the mid-90s, because playing Cyberpunk and Warm Fantasy Roleplay and a bunch of other games. and thought it was too cool for D&D, but definitely not too cool for role-playing games. They're cool now. Hey, if you're under like 30, you live in the golden age. So, Lisa's a nerd. Anyway, yeah, so this is super cool. It'll be there at Toy Fair. Yes. And, these things are spoken for, but just in case they're not picked up or whatever, the box set of Lands of Intrigue, still sealed. Super cool. Wild Elves, which I believe is Nicole's favorite Duran Duran song. Oh, that look. That's like the look of death. Oh, man.
Wild elves! Wild elves!
An incomplete list of Virginia Woolf puns in pop culture.
Could that be the reference?
Wild Elves?
Virginia?
Oh. That's a... Wait, hold on. I was trying to keep this all short and everything, and not wipe my nose on camera. Sorry. Let's see. Where is that? Right behind me too. Yes, it might be Virginia Woolf or Virginia Hamster. God, I should know that too. I am like an encyclopedia of horrifying puns and references, and that's how my whole brain works. And wow.
Maybe.
Maybe that's actually pretty good. I like that. That's yeah. There's a reason why we're together, aside from crushing existential loneliness. So anyway, Wild Elves. Yeah. So if you're hungry like a Virginia Woolf, then you want to get on this adventure right here. Yeah, but I think it's spoken for. But I have more coming in as well, because I got a source. It's really cool. And Oak Lord's Dragon's Rest from Dragonlance. Oh, another copy of Talus the Minotaurs. And For Duty and Deity. Pretty neat. What?
My dragon?
What? What, your dragon? Oh, I just put it here for... This isn't for sale. And I don't think you can see it in camera. Oh, here we go. This is really neat and almost a scale. We got this from Cherry Bomb. I bought it for Nicole at Cherry Bomb, which is a great store, and you should support it, because without Cherry Bomb toys, the Vorpal Gnome, I mean, I'm pretty sure it would exist, but it wouldn't exist in the same way it does today. B and Candace and the rest of the crew there, who are all awesome people and friends of ours, have sent all kinds of people, like maybe you, maybe that's how you found the Vorpal Gnome, from Cherry Bomb. So it's really cool, and it's the best place in town to get Lego. It's the best place to get like toys. Like, this is where Nicole talks me about buying Cobra Rattlers and Snow Speeders.
They have a toy museum.
They have a toy museum upstairs. That's right, and it's the Canada National Toy Museum. Something. It's like a tourist attraction. It looks great. There's some black hole stuff that's in there. Like the novel. I donated the novel, maybe an action figure. I'm trying to remember. I donated some stuff to the toy museum. Yeah. Anyway, it's cool. It's cool because it's a great place. And they recently had some issues. A building burned down here in Victoria, and it was pretty bad. It burned for like 3 days or something, and it destroyed a lot of their stuff, or contaminated it, and they were like one of the only businesses that had to close their
City
doors.
Hall closed too.
City Hall closed. Well, they'll close for.
I think David's Tea closed.
Okay, yeah, some place closed, but they still can't open. There's like a sign on their door, and because the building burned right behind it, like that. Anyway, so they all the smoke damage and etc. So they're really needing your support, and so check them out. And also, if you are ultimatetoyfair.com, I'll see if I remember putting this comment, or not comment, but in the link in the description down below here and stuff. You could subscribe maybe, because I should do these regularly, but if it's expected of me, I'm going to totally do it. Maybe I won't ramble as much, because it's not like I'm going to edit this out. But yeah, so ultimatetoyfair.com. You can find it on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook. Still waiting for that place. If there's news, I can't talk or Nicole slap me. So
That's right.
that's right,
Maybe
because
just for fun.
We're not. You know, she does that for fun. Actually, that sounds terrible. Like, we don't advocate abuse. But anyway, we are still working on it, and we have a lot of good news coming soon. It's just can't really talk about it because every time I talk about it, something comes up, and they're like, it makes me look bad, and blah blah blah. She's making the blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm talking way too much. I'm kind of rambling here. Other things we'll have at Toy Fair, by the way. GURPS, because I have GURPS stuff, and it's great. And not selling you my Warp Stone, because God no, that's mine. You're never having it, and you might actually get to touch it one day. There's like one of you watching that's like, oh, Warp Stone. It's independent Warm Fantasy Roleplay magazine that was made sometimes. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, no one cares. And yeah, and of course, Warm Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition. Real quick word, it's awesome. Yeah. Also, I might bring this. I don't know why. This is a book of Lovecraft stories of Deutsch in German. Yeah, that's right. Why? Okay, so this has been Steve from the Vorpal Gnome and Nicole, who puts up with him, and I really appreciate you tuning in. Let me know what you think of the video, or if you have any thoughts on these things, etc. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you soon. Be seeing you.